is up, everybody? Chris from Cardboard Crazies here, and I'm gonna do a comic haul video, and this is a little different. Like I said the other day when I posted my video, with COVID and the the whole quarantine and all that stuff, it's been really difficult to get out and buy a lot of books. But I've got a few pickups from the past few weeks. I've been kind of banking these. These are from kind of different times. Most of them from yesterday, which was Monday. Some of them from about a week or two ago. So I want to show you these and kind of give you a little bit of a background on them as I show you. So the first 6 books I'm going to show you came from a guy locally that I found that had a few books for sale, and he he messaged me. He said, "Hey, I've got a few comics. I'm looking to get rid of them, and figured I would message you." I was like, "Okay." So he sent me a couple of pictures of what he had, and he was like, "I got some Walking Dead books, and I've got this, that, and the other." So I told him, I said, "Well, I'll come look at them, and we'll see if we can't work out a deal." So I meet him, and he has this huge cardboard box full of, well, not really full, but with a bunch of books in it. The Walking Dead books that he had were all graded. There were, let's see here, 5 of those, one of which was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive variant. The rest of them were in the 90s, 80s and 90s, number-wise. But I'm going to show you the raw books that I got, because I think they're worth showing. And I'll start from least, and I'll go to best with this. So these there are 6 books. So the first book is Guardians of the Galaxy number 10. Now, when he brought these, the comics, he said, "I've never taken them out of the bags. They were in bags when I bought them." And I was like, "Okay, well, that's fine." But the bags, and they just reeked of cigarette smoke. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna change these bags and boards." So the first one is Guardians of the Galaxy number 10. Then we have Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. And Guardians of the Galaxy number 6. Guardians of the Galaxy number 5. Guardians of the Galaxy number 4. And then probably the piece de resistance of this lot that I got, Guardians of the Galaxy number 3. First team story of the Guardians of the Galaxy. These all were in pretty remarkable shape. I mean, you can look here. The corners are great. There are really no spine ticks on the book. The pages were white. The colors still present really well. So I was really happy about that lot that I bought. I think I ended up paying the guy right at $100 for the Guardians books. There was a Punisher 2099 that was signed, that I got by it was signed by Tom Morgan. There was a Frank Miller Daredevil in the lot, and then the 5 CGC Walking Deads. Which the Walking Deads, if you just factor in CGC price, $100 was more than fair for the lot. He was just looking to try to move them. think he said his kids' birthdays were coming up and he was just looking for a little extra money so that he could buy his kids some nicer presents. So that was the first lot. Now, this second lot comes from an antique dealer that I have locally. He posted on Facebook that he had comics. He had gotten in a bulk amount of comics. It was like, I think he said 10,000 books. So I decided to go to look to see what he has. And not gonna lie, the guy knows absolutely nothing about comic books. Most of them were late 80s, early 90s. He had a few modern sprinkled in, but when I say modern, I mean the last 10 to 15 years. But he was just wanting $1 a book. Now, a lot of these were just thrown in bins. Think about a horse trough, you know, what horses feed in. And the books were just in there. A lot were not bagged. A lot were not boarded. Some of them were like bent. Some of them had pages and covers coming detached. But I went through about 4 or 5 of his bins because it would not only is his shop really cluttered. I mean, it is about I would say 2,000 square foot first floor, but it is so packed full of stuff it's hard to move around in. But I went through them and it was 115 degrees inside because the guy has no heat and air. So with the day yesterday, it was really, really hot. And inside it was because of all the stuff that he has and the closeness of quarters. It was super hot. So enough of me rambling about his store. I just want to show you some of the stuff I got. Some of it's pretty cool. Some of it I picked up just for fillers. So the first one is Spider-Man, or The Amazing Spider-Man, number 371. The second one is The Amazing Spider-Man, number 370, with Scorpion and Black Cat on the front of it. So those were the 2 Spider-Man books I got. He had some more, or he said he did, but I was not willing to look through because I was drenched. I mean, it was so hot in there. This is The Wedding of Dracula, number 1. And then he has Requiem for Dracula, number 1. Now, some of these I have rebagged and reboarded, but I did like the Dracula books, so I had to get those. Then we have Thor, number 460. Love that cover. It's just kind of a different cover than most of the Thors that we are used to seeing. Then we have Gen 13, number 1. This is Gen 13 Interactive. So, the little story behind the next, I think 3 or 4, it's 3. The next 3. When I was in high school, my high school art teacher was related to Randy Green, or is related to Randy Green. And he came and talked to our class, and when he came, I just fell in love with his work. He did a lot of Witchblade. So when I was going through these bins, I found a bunch that were not bagged and boarded, and I kind of left them there. But I did find 3 that were, so I went ahead and got them. First one is Witchblade. I think this, oh yeah, Witchblade number 8. Then Witchblade number 12. And then this next one is a Witchblade number 103. This is a sketch variant. When I met Randy Green, he signed a couple of my Witchblade comics. He actually gave me a print that he had done, or a page layout that he had done that I had framed, but I no longer know where it's at. I had it when I was living at home, and I don't know if my parents got rid of it, if I threw it away, if it's somewhere in a box around my house. I'm not sure. So I did get these Witchblades. I love Witchblade. The next, you never see these covers in the wild, so when you do, you have to pick them up. I got Saga number 40. I love that cover. Then I got a really 90s gimmicky cover. This is Quasar number 50 with a hollow foil cover. Then I have 2099 Unlimited. This is Hulk 2099. And keep in mind, these were all dollar books. So the next book that I picked up was Savage Dragon and the Ninja Turtles number 2. I didn't even know that he had a crossover with the Ninja Turtles. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, you're coming home with me. Love the Ninja Turtles. Just very nostalgic for me. Takes me back to childhood. Alright. Then the next, he had a ton of copies of this. This is the only one he had bagged and boarded though. Generation X number 1. Then we have, you're going to give me a hard time, but this is a Valiant comic. We have Eternal Warrior number 15. This is a crossover with Bloodshot. I figured it would pair well with my Rye number 0 that has the first appearance of Bloodshot in it. Then I have the New Titans number 0. We have X-Men number 1. This is Heroes and Martyrs. It says book 2, but here it's a number 1, so I got that. I'll save this next one for last because it's a little bit better. Then we have Azrael number 1. We have X-Men number 18 with Omega Red on the front. I thought it would go well with my first appearance of Omega Red that I got. Omega Red is slowly becoming one of my favorite villains. I liked him a lot when in the early 90s when I first started reading a lot of the X-Men books. And so anytime I see a Omega Red cover, I try to pick it up. Then we have the New Gods Gunfire. This is Joker, Showcase 94, number 1. Love that cover. And then the last one that I got from there is, and it should be a pretty familiar cover, Darker Image number 1. This is the first appearance of the Max. So all in all, I am very, very pleased with the good portion of the books. There are a couple that are still unbagged and unboarded. I got a Ghost number 1. I think there were a couple of Green Lanterns that I picked up as well from my brother-in-law, who is slightly obsessed with the Green Lantern. So I hope that you enjoyed the books. Leave in the comments below whether you think it was a good haul or not, whether it was a bust or a good find. I may go back once the weather gets a little cooler and see what else this guy has, go through the rest of the bins. He told me that he had a couple. Again, he knows nothing about Spider-Man, but he was like, he's a, I think he's from maybe Iran, or I think he's Iranian. But he was like, my friend, I have one book in there somewhere. He says, I do not know who they are except Spider-Man. He said, and this book has 3 Spider-Men on front. One is black Spider-Man, one is red with like blood coming out of him, and one is regular Spider-Man. I was like, oh, Carnage, it's Venom. Maybe he has the Maximum Carnage run in there. So I'm going back to look once the weather gets a little cooler. It's a little hole in the wall not many people know about. So at any rate, I do appreciate you for watching. I hope that you all are doing well, staying safe. Please do your best to be kind to one another. I hope that you all have a blessed Tuesday, and I hope that you all are being blessed. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and until the next time, we will see you then.